It takes a lot of work to run a restaurant.
How much is this?
Half.
A half cup. What does the recipe say?
At the beautiful Rainbow Cafe in Gadsden, Chip Rowan has a lot of help.
This tomato soup needs to be hotter. The success of our cafe, I think, is that we have very high expectations for students with significant disabilities. Thank you for looking, Latana.
Rowan is a special needs teacher in the Gadsden Public Schools. The cafe, his brainchild, is run by his students.
Y'all move the chairs and put 4 tables together.
They do all the work: prep, cook, and serve.
Growing the food outside, to cooking the dishes, to serving the customers, to running the point of sale system, to cleaning the place.
The cafe is a partnership between the city of Gadsden and the school district. It is located inside the Gadsden Public Library. Not much overhead, just students learning valuable skills to take them beyond high school.
Start finding out what drinks they want. I came up with the idea of an on-the-job training program that we thought could give the students the transition skills that would allow them to go out into the community and be productive.
It's a farm-to-table vegetarian restaurant. A small garden grows right across the street.
And maybe our pasta of the day, which is a penne pasta with 3 cheeses.
And the restaurant has proven popular.
It's drizzled with a pumpkin-infused olive oil.
The goal of the beautiful Rainbow Cafe reaches far beyond popularity. This cafe opened nearly 3 years ago, and since then, 23 students have gone on to get jobs in the food service industry after they graduated, all based on the skills and experience they learned working right here.
And peppers and onions, right?
Senior Shalia Moore already has a job. She works here and in the kitchen at a local hotel.
Not everybody gets an opportunity like this, so I'm very thankful and grateful that I actually have this. So it's been a real help to me.
Okay, I think we're good.
Students who are learning by doing, getting some invaluable training. Thanks to an idea and a partnership that's a thing of beauty.
Oh, beautiful.
In Gadsden, Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News.
Okay, let's make the coffee.
A good cup of coffee
Are you ready?
can set the tone for the day.
You got it?
Who doesn't love coffee? You know, all teachers love coffee. And our children love our teachers.
Miss Trammell's the only one that gets decaf.
At Hanley Middle School in Roanoke, this class has made coffee its business.
Hold it in your hand. You got it?
They do, they love it. They have learned so much.
Good job. Hey, bring your bag. All right, let's turn this around.
This is Tiger Bean,
Why don't you pull?
a coffee cart. From it, students serve teachers hot, fresh coffee every Friday. Special needs students run the business.
On Wednesdays, I send out the Tiger Bean orders.
With the orders in place,
Coffee.
the students take over from there. They showed us how it all works.
Every student has a job.
Yeah, you got it.
The students that cannot make the coffee, push the cart.
And serve up the job.
What kind of creamer do you have today?
Teachers love the coffee, but most of all, they love how their students are growing.
They have learned so much. They have learned how to make coffee. They've learned how to take money. They have learned how to greet a customer.
Those are our treats today.
Those interactions become indelible teaching moments.
Yeah, $2. One, two, three. Yes, one more, please.
Oh, one more?
$1.
You sure?
Say yes, ma'am.
Oh, count that again. Oh, all right. There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Tiger Bean is a school and community effort. From the cups to the lids to the specialty creamers, most of it is donated. Teachers say, though, it's the students who are truly buying into this idea. They are learning that with every cup of coffee,
Let's put it on the cart.
they can enjoy the taste of success.
Good job, buddy.
In Roanoke, Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News. It is not always easy to share, especially thoughts so personal and private.
Being dragged to my mom's on weekends, running away from the screaming.
But at Oakman High School in Walker County,
if you've got drinks and stuff.
in Coach Jerry Brown's Government, Holocaust, and Genocide Studies classes, that's what he challenged his students to do.
When you think about the identity of a person and who a person is, that's what I try to get across to my students.
His seniors had to write a poem based on author George Ella Lyon's Where I'm From.
I am the double wide that's just down the road from the Wawa that is home to some of the most painful belly laughs.
The students had to read their work in front of the class.
when I was young and hugging my grandpa's neck for the very last time.
Each sharing their story, some raw and revealing.
I'm from abandonment and disappointment, acceptance with love.
Like Lillian Figueroa, talking about a difficult time in her life with a parent.
It was rough to write about it, and I cried a lot.
Caitlin Cassiano's poem celebrated her grandmother, the woman who raised her.
It helped me understand myself more than anything.
To Hannah Manasco, bearing the weight of being the first of her family to go to college.
Because Dad left college to become my grandfather's keeper, shy of his death, and Mom thought high school was enough for her.
So do you feel like that you learned about your classmates?
Coach Brown has done this assignment since 2014. He says this year, this class dug deep.
I didn't know how in depth they would get as high school seniors.
Their stories so powerful and poignant.
It made me feel a great weight off my chest. To tell people of, how my life is.
A snapshot, if you will, of young lives right now. Knowing where they are from is setting the path to where they are headed.
You can go back to that later on in life and look at it and say, look where I've come from, look what I've done.
In Oakland, Walker County, Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News. At Centerpoint High School, you can't miss Principal Van Phillips.
Hey, Miss Miles, everything good?
You often hear him before you see him.
Hey, why we coming down the hallway with that in our ear?
His presence is large.
That's fine, but nothing not in the hallway.
He's always interacting and engaging with students. His job, he says, is to encourage.
We good today? I feel it's a calling. I think God ordains our steps before we arrive in this world. And so I'm just walking in the steps that has been ordained and ordered by God.
Phillips' steps often put him in unexpected places.
Tracy, how we going in PLC?
Like last December on his way to school when his phone rang.
About 6:20, 6:15, I was on my way to work. One of my coaches called and said, hey, Mr. Phillips, it appears that Parkway Villa is on fire. I'm going to send you a picture.
He didn't make it to the campus, but he did go to work, driving straight to that burning apartment complex where some of his students lived.
You know, it was a lot of praying. It was just my prayer that none of the students had been injured or hurt.
Walter Parker, a junior, is one of a dozen students who lived in that apartment complex.
And it was so cold. Everybody just coming out the apartments. I ain't have on nothing but shorts. Wow. No shoes. My feet were so cold.
But then his mom pointed to his principal.
My mom, she was like, there goes Mr. Phillips. I was like, I knew it. He's always the first on the case.
The units on fire were empty. No one was hurt. But the heat and smoke did damage the units next door. 3 students in all were affected. And their principal was right there to help. Someone snapped these photos and later posted them to the Centerpoint Fire Department's Facebook page. Phillips didn't know about the pictures or the post, but he knows what being there means to his students.
Well, I just say it's part of my job. Hey, we're going to help. You know, we're going to run to the fire. We're not going to run away from the fire.
Running to help.
Okay, would you broke your arm?
Knowing one of the most important parts of being a principal is simply showing up. In Centerpoint.
Hey, come see me later on.
Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News.
What's the day?
Officer Darnell Blankenship has earned a reputation among children in Kimberly.
When we be at games or something, they always, Tootsie Pop Man.
It's an appropriate title. Every Tuesday, this Kimberly police officer visits elementary schools in the area, showing students he's there to help. And he brings some sweet encouragement. Being a police officer is this 33-year-old man's dream job. It's one he didn't think he would get after he suffered 2 strokes in 2012.
It's just something that happened. I just fell out, and next thing I know, I'm in the hospital, and I don't know how to count. I don't know what's going on.
The recovery took him years.
I had to learn how to walk, talk, and do everything.
But his dreams encouraged him to do more.
I had to learn how to run in order to be a police officer.
Kimberly Police Chief Ricky Pridmore says since Blankenship joined the department 2 years ago, he hasn't stopped running.
If there's the definition of inspiration running around Kimberly, it's Darnell Blankenship.
Blankenship focuses on youth in his community. He's a volunteer coach for Mortimer Jordan's football team and for the Warrior Youth Basketball League.
I just love kids and want kids to be successful.
As much as he loves being the Tootsie Pop Man, he's willing to share the title. He hopes officers around the world join in.
I want kids to say Tuesday Pop Tuesday when they see an officer come in their school.
Catherine Page, ABC 3340 News.
In real life, Belle Woodley is a freshman at Thompson High School. In her financial literacy class, she's a bank clerk making about $32,000 a year.
I was like, I'm gonna have so much money because I'm single. I don't have anybody to take care of, but then I don't have anyone to help me.
This is Keeping It Real. It's a class for high school freshmen run by the Shelby County Chamber of Commerce.
They've got 12 booths to visit, and they've got to spend that money that we gave them on day one. They're buying houses, cars, and it's a month's worth at each booth.
It may seem easy on paper.
Oh, it's what you saved, so you have to multiply it by 10%.
But Woodley and her classmates quickly figure out.
It really is stressful. You don't realize how little money you have.
The students have to buy food,
I'm getting the cheapest one.
get a car, find a place to live,
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
and even buy insurance. And just like in the real world, it all adds up.
Money matters, that they're eventually going to have to be in a position, and that's the goal, is to get them out in the real world and making smart decisions with their money.
So I'm multiplying.
We caught up with Woodley after she visited all 12 booths.
Yeah, I think this is like really cool. I feel like it's kind of like how life really is. Like I've never really thought about it before.
And her takeaway?
I think that this is like a really helpful thing because I feel like I'm learning a lot about money.
A good lesson to learn that will pay off far beyond high school.
Okay.
In Alabaster, Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News. It was a moment in time, a night now part of Auburn's legacy, when junior Ada Ruth Huntley made history.
So when my name was called, my first thought was like, are they sure? Like, did they get it wrong? My second thought was like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe this is happening. And then my third thought was like, holy cow, like what a blessing it is that God decided that I was the person to get to serve students in this way.
Huntley is president-elect of the Student Government Association at Auburn University. She is only the 4th African-American to win the seat and the first ever African-American female to do so, something she said the university and its students embraced.
I didn't expect it to impact people the way that it did. But that morning I woke up to messages saying that students were gonna go roll Toomer's Corner because they were so excited about the win.
It's a win that started with a desire to work hard.
We never got to catch up on sleep from the campaign.
She's been part of Senate since her freshman year.
And after that experience and getting to see Senate kind of offhandedly, I was like, okay, like this is where I really want to serve.
Okay, I think I know which one you're referring to.
Her platform was threefold: enhancing campus life, launching new initiatives, and promoting student wellness.
And until your basic needs are met, you can't meet other needs like succeeding in the classroom.
She was one of 5 candidates. Then, this woman was the last one standing. Huntley says the significance of this win is not lost on her, and she is feeling some pressure. But she says she's going to take that pressure and channel it into being the best president she can.
About 5,000 students put their faith in me to do this job, and so that adds a sense of pressure of you don't want to let people down. But from the perspective of being a black female, it's like you're the first. You're going to set the standard for what hopefully is other black females to come.
She is an Auburn legacy. Both her parents are alums. Now she's writing her own story. And in her presidency, she wants to reach every single student.
And that's actually our mission statement. It's serving and promoting the individual student, unifying all that is Auburn.
Her mission now to embrace being a first, but willing to put in the work to make sure she's not the last. In Auburn, Wendell Edwards, ABC 3340 News.